Hey everyone, it's Lexi. So in today's video I'm going to be doing my Q&A video. So this was, I posted a video a couple weeks ago asking you guys to ask me your questions. So I thought this would be a good one, a good video to kind of do because I feel like a lot's been going on and depending on like which videos you watch, I give some tidbits of information. So I think this would be a good way for you guys to get to learn more about me, and it's also a fun interactive video as well. So without further ado, let's get started. So Kay Fleck asked, when do you find is the best time to read during busy days? Also, what are your favorite ways to relax and take care of yourself? So I'll kind of relate this back to school because I haven't started my job yet, but when I was at school, I would always kind of designate reading time. So I'm always the person that needs to get to class early, like no matter what, I always try to get there half an hour early. So I'd use that time to either get organized, read my book for a little bit and all that stuff. But I always, like, even when I'm not in school, I always designate 30 minutes before bedtime to read. I think it's a good time to rewind, especially like if you're looking at a computer screen or your phone, it kind of prolongs you falling asleep. So I find that if I have like a good routine where I make sure I read 30 minutes like before bed, that also works well. And then also I also read a lot on the weekends. If that's if it's really busy week and I don't have time to read, I always like to kind of designate maybe an hour or two to reading, especially now that the weather's nice. I can read outside on my deck, which is a lot of fun, and it's just, you know, I have to go in the shade because I'm so pale and I burn so easily, but I would just kind of like designate sometimes. And if I'm not feeling, if it's busy and I would just rather watch a TV show or something, like I'll do that. I don't force myself to read. I think that's just the biggest thing. And some of my favorite ways to kind of relax and take care of myself is obviously I like to drink tea. That's like my relaxing time. I drink a lot of tea. I'm not a coffee drinker. I really just hate coffee, so that's like a big relaxing thing for me, is just kind of rewinding, or I'll have like a nice cup of mint tea before bed and that always makes me relax. I think also kind of finding things as well. I also do a lot of crafts. I do a lot of crocheting, which I really like is my relaxing. So even if I'm just sitting there and just kind of the motion of it is just relaxing and it's calming, which I find is where it's best for me. I also do like a bullet journal, and that's just kind of where I put everything out. So because I'm always a worrier, so if I have that and kind of write everything down that I need to be doing, that also helps out as well. And also like baths as well, I find were relaxing for me. I would just kind of play my music and just relax for a little bit, or just find a TV show or a book or something like that to help you relax, I think is what I usually do. So Emily's Reading Adventures asks, what was your experience applying for graduate school and choosing the one for you? Also, what are your study tips for doing well in school? So I think my graduate kind of applying experience is a little different just because of the field that I was going into. So I did my master's in orthotics and prosthetics, and there's only, I think, 13 schools throughout the US that have this program, and also there's only 2 schools in Canada, but you had to be a resident of that province, so those 2 were out. So I kind of based them, I honestly applied to all of them just because they're very competitive. There's only, most programs only take like 20 or like less than 20 students, so it was very highly competitive. So I'm like, I'm just applying to everything. So I first ended up getting, the first school I got accepted to was all the way out in California, and I currently live in the Midwest. So that one I was like, I would have really liked just kind of the experience of being out there, but I wanted someplace close to home, and there were 2 schools and I got into both of them. So I just chose the one that I thought would be the best for me. It was only 3 hours from home, which was nice, and it was in a place that was kind of kitty corner from where we live, and then it's also kind of equidistant to where my family is in Canada, so that ended up working out. But I think they just had the best program, they had the best kind of facilities for all that we do, and it was a really good established one. I think it was the first master's program for this field, which was really interesting. And then for kind of studying tips, I think for me is, especially when I had my comprehensives at the end of April, like that was the most stressed I've ever been in my entire life, and I double majored during my undergrad, so like that's saying a lot because I was taking like 25 credits every semester. But this like comprehensive thing, I think for me the biggest thing for making sure you're studying tips and doing well in school is to always plan ahead and just kind of be organized. For like my comprehensives, even though they didn't start until the end of April, I started studying the beginning of March because I knew kind of closer that I got to the exams was when all my other classes would be winding down. I'd have a lot of projects to turn in and all of that stuff. So I just made sure I made like a little study schedule and I stuck to it. I think that's the biggest thing for me, was just learning to stay organized. I think is the biggest thing, like, and just making sure you kind of dedicate like so many hours a week to studying, I think is the biggest thing. And I think, and also just making sure that you, like, when you are kind of burnt out, to kind of listen to your body and do take a break. I think kind of towards the end of all of my comprehensive studying, like, I had everything memorized like well before, like 3 weeks before the exam. So like there was a point where I was like, I honestly just don't want to study. I just want to watch, maybe just relax and watch a TV show, and you just have to listen to your body. And I think that's the biggest thing for me, is just kind of staying on top of things, being organized, and just always kind of dedicating hours. Like on the weekends, like I would hardly ever go out. I'd always be studying or doing homework and just staying on top of everything. So that's how I managed to get through 3 degrees in 6 years. So Paperback Winter asked, I'd love to hear what your degrees were and what you hope to do in the future. So like I said, I double majored for my undergrad. I have a bachelor's of science in biomedical engineering and a bachelor's of arts in anthropology. So I know those two are really strange, like those two like combinations together, and I got that a lot, but I think it ended up being helpful for me in just the field I ended up going into, because going into my undergrad I knew I wanted to at least minor in anthropology. So I really enjoyed the classes. I really enjoyed physical anthropology, so I was really like I really loved those classes, and I was like, there's only like 3 classes I need to take in order to get a full degree. So I was like, I'm probably going to take those classes anyway, just because I enjoy the topics, so that's how it ended up being that way. But I didn't know I wanted to go into orthotics and prosthetics. Like, I didn't even know it was a field until the last semester of my 3rd year. And my teacher did a lecture on orthotics and prosthetics, and I was like, that's what I want to do with my life, because I knew going into my undergrad I wanted to continue my education, and I just thought I would do research for BME, but it ended up, like, I was a research assistant for 3 years during my undergrad, and I don't know, like, it's just like very impersonal. You don't work a lot with patients, and this ended up being perfect for me. So it was a bit of a mad dash to make sure I had all the requirements and everything, but it ended up working out. So then I ended up doing my master's in orthotics and prosthetics. And just in terms of my future now, like on June 4th I'll be starting my orthotic and prosthetic residency. This is a 2 years, so you do 1 year in orthotics, 1 year in prosthetics, and then you have to take like a board exam and all that stuff, and then you're certified. So this is something that I really enjoy, and it's a unique field. Not a lot of people know about us, and we're very small, but it's a very meaningful job, I think. So I'm really excited just being able to start a residency and have an adult job, which I'm really excited about. I really got sick of school kind of towards the end, so it'll be nice to come home and be like, I don't have any homework to do. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. And just for, if you don't know what orthotics and prosthetic is, so basically if you get your limb amputated, we will be in the operating room to like put the little cast on you, and then I don't build the prosthesis anymore, but I'll like basically be the equivalent of your doctor when it comes to your prosthesis, or if you know, like break your arm or any of the orthotics that you kind of know about. But I think it's really interesting, and I'm really happy that I kind of went down this path. So Kathy Trithart asked, can you show us some of your favorite teacups? So I really like this question, actually. So I have 5 that I want to show you. Some of them are packed in boxes still, because like all the stuff from my apartment that was like kind of all that stuff I just kind of left in the boxes, because I'm like, well, eventually, and hopefully like maybe not now, but in a couple years I'll probably get my own place, so I'll just keep them there, so it'll just be easier for me to pack up. But I do have a couple here. One is still in like, my mom has, I'll kind of start with this one. I'll kind of show a video clip of it because I'm scared to actually go into this like buffet thing that my mom has, and it has all of my grandma's stuff that when she passed away that my mom got. So one of it is the cups that I ended up getting, and I really love it. I'm like scared to touch it. I just like will look at it every now and then, but this is probably one of my favorite ones, and it's very sentimental to me. And then also kind of another fancy one is what my parents got me for I want to say my 20th birthday, and it's this little teacup set with this little saucer here, and it has December in it, which is my birthday. So I like this. This is like a nice little fancy one, and I'm always scared. I have it on my shelf that's above my bed, and I'm like scared to touch it because it's so fancy. Yeah, I'm really scared. And then these ones are ones that my family has given me. So this first one here is one that my cousin got me for Christmas, and it's just this polka dotted rose, like a kind of a goldy mug with L on it, which I really like. This one I also keep on my shelf as well, just because it's really nice, and once I have my own place I'll use them, but like these ones are more decorative right now just because I'm like scared to use them, but I really like this one. This is probably one of my favorite mugs. This other one here is one for my sister that she got me for Christmas, and it's like one of those sisters mugs here, and it says, "The best thing about having a sister is always having a friend." So I thought this one was really cute, and then it has this nice decorative piece here as well, which I really like. And lastly, this is one that my brother got me from David's Tea, which is like my favorite thing ever. And it is this blue, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like this navy blue with gold. I don't know if they're like Christmassy, like pine things, but I really like this. Again, this is one that I keep on my bookshelf because I'm scared to use it. But once I have, like I said, once I have my apartment, I'll be using it. So the last question is from Read and Find Out, and it is, "I'd love to hear more about your academic experience and future plans." So I think I did a good job of explaining that. Like I said, my future plans right now is just completing my residency, doing like successfully completing like the board exams and all that, and then kind of starting my career. So I'm still kind of like in the education phase right now. Like this is like a continuation of your education because you have to do like all these requirements and all that stuff. Like you're still like in school, but you get paid, so that's really good. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. I start in a couple weeks, so yeah, I'm really excited. And this was the one I was at over the summer last year for my clinical rotation, so I already know the place. They kind of already know me, so I'm happy about that. And the residency director is the guy that I was shadowing for basically 2 months, so I already know him, which is good, so I'm excited. So yeah, I'm sure like I will be doing kind of updates of how everything is going, and maybe if you want to check out my vlog channel, I've been doing kind of a monthly vlog thing where I just compile different videos into one thing, so that's a neat little thing if you want to check out. But I'll definitely be doing updates on how everything goes. I know the first month of June's gonna be, sorry, my bangs are like having a mind of their own, but I know the first month of like work will be interesting, so I'm trying to pre-film all the videos so then I don't have to worry about them, and I'll be kind of going down to one video a week, which I think is just good because I need to be focusing on work. But yeah, I'm excited and a little scared, but mostly excited. So that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching and sending in your questions. I think this will be kind of like, this is a good way for you guys to learn more about me and just kind of be more interactive. So yeah, I was really excited. If you want me to do more of these in the future, please let me know if you have any questions. Maybe I'll do one in early next year maybe, and I can talk about my kind of residency experience and how all that is going. So yeah, this video is running really long, so yeah, I will just end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.